my life has changed because now I'm the one wrapped. So
Dude.
There is no hope for me now.
Nice turtle cosplay.
Oh, you want me to put it around my neck?
Jeez.
Dude, okay, why do people say we need to stop throwing plastic in the oceans? Turtles obviously seem to enjoy eating it. Why do they eat it otherwise? They obviously like the taste.
Why don't we ask the turtles?
We need to have a disclaimer on the bottom of the video right here.
I really
This
like
part-
Honestly,
this
turtles. Who
episode-
cares?
This episode podcast is not. Brother, they're just hanging out. They're just being turtles. What'd they ever do to
hanging
you?
out, that's going a bit too far, Josh.
I'm a human.
Yeah.
This is my planet. I can throw in water if I want.
Also, Medj, he's gonna jump in the lake one day, just come out like.
A little turtle head pokes out. Karma's a bitch.
I mean, if they're dumb enough to eat plastic, we should just kind of let them die off. Honestly.
The crew at this episode podcast does not participate nor condone behavior resulting in animal or environmental harm. No turtles were physically harmed by Mitch's comments, just emotionally.
We are live and we are looking good, by the way.
Allegedly.
Good's an overstatement.
Yeah, I mean, the only one looking good here is obviously Towel. And Yusuf's not rocking a shirt underneath that hoodie.
La la.
Gotta show a little bit of the chest hair
Yeah,
out.
we got a little bit of a peek. Yeah. Here's yourself.
Glug, 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 glug. But welcome to this episode of This Episode Podcast. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We decided to pretty much binge the entire series or season of Mob Psycho 100, specifically season 2, and that is going to be the topic of discussion for tonight. And I'm super, super curious on, Mitch, what was your thought process going through the season? Because I could imagine it started off rough for you.
Yeah, it was the first 4 episodes. Honestly, the first half of the season was rough, but those last 2 episodes were so fucking mind-blowingly just like, what the fuck is going on? Where I didn't care if there was no story. It was just the fight that happened was just, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then the second half of the season was really good. So
No.
I was remembering how you were saying last week how you started watching the first 4 episodes and you're just like, dude, if it's gonna be like this, fuck this show. It's not good. But when I was watching it, I kind of thought about it as like Ma was doing like these side quests pretty much in like the first 4 episodes or whatever, where he was just grinding out the business with Reagan. And it was more just like him building his character, learning more about himself, because we see a whole different side of Mob in that final arc when he's fighting with the Scars and redhead guy. Sorry.
It works better. Like, so I was comparing it last week to like it was the Cowboy Bebop style where the episode started, they go fight some random ghosts, meet some random characters, and then. But it works better because I like the characters in the show a lot more than I like the characters in Bebop.
And plus a benefit of Mob Psycho is that there's really only 2 important characters in the show. It's just Mob and Reagan. Like, those are like the only avenues they actually explore. So in Bebop, there was like 4 different characters that they would explore with. And
Reagan, that 2 episode arc with Reagan, I could have just watched an entire season of that story. Dude, that like scene in the bar fucking did some shit to me mentally, man. I was like, fuck.
It hits hard. He's all alone. His pseudo friends, which are just people he took advantage of. He was just like, today's my birthday. And it was just like the, like the standard requirement. Just like, hey, happy birthday, man. That's awesome. Cool. But, aside from that, here's what I wanted to talk about.
Have you heard of the My Pillow? You could really get in on the bottom floor of this program.
Yeah, the Reagan got all fucking
your way up.
Turned off of seltzer water. No alcohol in his drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked like some pretty good bubbles in that shit. And that ice did the little clink thing. It was like, oof.
Mhm.
That's like
Yeah, but
Immaculate.
Chainsaw Man levels of cooking, animation.
you were saying about like the characters, like you meet the characters, but you like them more. But like they'd also do more with them. Like they would bring it back. Like the one guy that they met. What?
God damn it! Why?
Can you take another sip, Trav?
Why don't you just take the fucking
Just
6-pack
enlighten
ring
no,
off the
hold on.
goddamn soda?
No, let him do it. No, that's not what I meant. Take a sip of your Diet Coke or whatever the fuck that was.
I
Yeah,
don't
go
want
on.
to.
Go on.
I'm
We're
not
not doing anything
thirsty.
until you do this. We're not moving forward with this podcast until we see it.
Just give me a second off screen here for a second.
No. Nope. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this.
I just realized. Did you move your computer out of your room?
No, this is my room. I just changed the camera angle.
No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. I see your kitchen in the background.
What, you don't have a fridge in your room?
No.
Oh.
I don't like change.
No, I wanted to move the camera angle out here, and I think it looks better.
Nice.
Also, I'm just more efficient because I just grab the drink. I don't care what's around it.
So
Dude, that
if
reminds me of like.
And plus, I have a little handle now, for
I was gonna say, it's
optimal
like
carrying.
It's like the Wiimote where you like tie it around your wrist so you don't lose it. You don't lose your Diet Coke.
do you just drink like when you're drinking the first of the 6-pack? You just drink that like that's all 6 of them on the ring.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Efficiency.
No, you said what you were saying about like you actually do stuff with the characters. Yeah, like it is like I would think I was overreacting to those first 4 episodes, but what I was saying is like if I have to binge a whole season like this, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Because what I thought they were gonna do is they were gonna do 8 episodes of nothing and then 4 episodes of story, and then
Dude,
they did a really good job.
episode 8, bro, it slaps you hard in the face. That's when, Mob's house got set ablaze.
Dude.
And
I thought
my jaw fucking just.
Yeah.
I was like in the back of my mind, I was like, "There's no way they're actually gonna kill his parents," but I was like, then at the same time, I was like, "Holy shit!" The show just took a
I couldn't remember.
turn,
Yeah. And the despair in Dimple's voice too. He's like, "Don't look." Don't. I watched it dub this time,
Dude.
just to kind of get the experience, and like, yeah, the voice actors are pretty good dubbed. But, yeah,
the voice actors in Japanese are fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah,
especially for Hanazawa, so good because it's the same guy that does Inosuke, but this voice is so good.
Nice.
And Hanazawa just he was honest in that final fight, those final like 3 episodes. He was my favorite character because his fight with Teleportation Man, that was the fucking coolest fight.
You
in
mean
the world.
Shinichi?
Whatever his name is, yeah.
Oh.
Well, when Teru fights or whatever the fucking Thanos that we called him, I think last season.
Yeah, blonde Thanos.
Yeah, when he fought the guy that could teleport and he finally figured out how to beat him, it was the coolest fucking shit ever.
Dude, he's not even blonde Thanos anymore. He's just blonde bro Thanos. Because
so fucking cool.
That his entire character is now just trying to humble people with psychic powers. He's like, dude, if you think you're powerful, trust me, you don't even know what real power is, dude.
Yeah. I know this one guy
took my hair off, smacked my clothes off just by looking at me. And that was on
disassembled
Tuesday
and
night,
reassembled a
not
school
even a
with
Saturday.
me inside of it.
Yeah. And then cried and put it back together.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite like singular moment of the season though. Was when he blocks his punch, Gary's kick, and I was like, holy shit.
And it made sense too. He's like, well, I mean, the longer we fight you, the more predictable you're being because you're doing the same shit over and over. And it's not like the, teleport guy is doing anything different. It's all muscle memory for him to teleport next to somebody and punch them.
Another one of my favorite moments from this season was when Sho is running up. Sho is the bad guy's son when he's running up the stairs, and that technology guy is like, haha, like they do that anime standoff. It's like, we're gonna have this whole long fight, and Shows like, fuck that, jumps around him and suplexes him. And
Mhm.
I love it when in anime or in shows when people have no hesitation and they just fucking go.
I ain't got
Like,
time for you,
I
dog.
love that shit so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are my two favorite moments.
My critique this season, like rewatching it, was the fact that Show is not a bad guy.
Didn't make any
Not a bad
sense.
guy.
We really didn't like understand why, because he just showed up. We're like, oh shit, he showed up, and then he's like, I want to be my dad.
He showed up.
Yeah.
Well,
He showed up.
Well, yeah, he has the same like logic as Mob's brother. What's his name? Ritz Crackers. Like, you
Ritsu.
know, Ritz grew up watching Mob explode, like with his psychic powers, and now the main bad, no bad, very bad guy, businessman, his son, he's living through the exact same life, but now he knows his father's gonna be trying to take over the entire world. Not like just Japan. He's like, no, I will take over the whole world because I've been stocking up like 20 years of power, which is
Bro,
like mind blowing how the power scale worked in those last
that
two episodes.
the philosophy of that fight was so good too. Fucking just, it was a very good fight, and I'm just concerned at where the hell they're gonna go in season 3. Because how do you top that fight?
Yeah, that was
Like,
the only thing I remembered
stakes
of
wise.
season 2 was the, no bad, no very bad villain business guy. That fight was really good. And him or Mob getting punched into like the sewer and he says, "Fight on."
Mm-hmm.
The animation just kicks off even harder. The animation in this season was super good.
Yeah.
Mitch, was one of your favorite moments when the Body Improvement Club president
That was fucking cool.
used his body to block Mob
that was cool.
getting hit?
That
That
was
gave me
cool.
chills.
No, I thought he was gonna die, but then Dimple possessed him. That idea of like, Esper enhanced muscles will never beat real muscles was cool. So, but then, so he has this fucking moment. And he's like, "Shit, I can't even lift my arms. I tore all the muscle fibers in my arms." And then the guy gets back up. Mop's just like, "See you later, bitch." I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
that entire thing
Steal-
about muscles, bullshit.
Just steal this dude's fucking moment. Why don't you? So,
And then
and then
fucking Reagan
that-
clutched it too with the
that's
little
kind of
pepper spray.
that's kind of how I felt about all like the main bad guys. It was everyone working super hard to beat the bad guys, and the mob just shows up, and the bad guys are like, "Oh, never mind, I quit. I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, kind of stupid, but
And that
It
is
is
the
maybe the
reason.
same people who made One Punch, though, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And that is the
Yeah.
reason I don't like One Punch Man.
Well, it's not about the same people. It's not made by the same people that made One Punch. It's just the two mangakas agreed that this is in the same universe, and they're really big fans of
Okay.
each other.
Gotcha. Never
So,
mind.
That's cool though.
yeah.
No, I thought episode 1 was pretty solid. It was kind of like a good reintroduction to everything, and I thought it was interesting to see how Mob actually handled a like real relationship with a girl, even though he denied her, but still like walked her home and they went on like dates in the park and stuff, and he walks into trees and shit. And I thought it was a very sweet moment where, her friends like ripped up her novel she was writing, and then Mob like puts it back together right in front of her face. He's like, "Yeah, bitch, I just did that. Take that home with you." And then
Yeah.
the next 2 episodes, I can't really remember what happened to them.
Yeah. The next episodes were just like basically filler. It was the one where they went to the lake to fight that weird lake water spirit thing.
Yeah, with the other psychic guy. Yeah,
The
The
episode,
rip off from The Ring.
yeah,
The dragger.
yeah, episode 2 was definitely the one where I was like, "Damn, dude, this one's an L for me." I was like, "Damn, I'm not excited for episode 3 if this is how it's gonna roll." because I just didn't care about anything that was going on.
You guys didn't find it funny the one big dude just like asking children for shit, and then the one like random flasher that was
No, yeah.
chasing
Yeah.
people down. He kept
With a
falling
red
and fucking mooning everybody.
I mean,
Raincoat man.
there was funny moments, but like it's Mobs is a very funny show, but
Yeah.
those first 3 episodes to me weren't. I mean, I got very invested in that girl, that character in episode 1, but besides that, I was like, yeah, whatever.
It was like very low stakes. Didn't really do
Well,
much
and,
besides
like-
just
Mhm.
entertain you.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with her after episode
I know
1.
she
was
hasn't
just
showed up
kind of
yet.
she's just gone
I
now
was
at this
really
point.
looking forward to her showing up again because I actually really got invested with her character. But
I mean, maybe we'll see her in season 3. I don't know.
It'll
I'm
be a
kind of
love
hoping
triangle.
so. Maybe, but
episode
yeah.
3, I have no idea what happened in episode 3.
Does anyone have
I
a
forgot.
Yusuf, you got a
I think
list pulled up or something?
No, dude, I got no list.
No
but
clit.
no
I think
What the
I think
fuck?
that I got no list. I got nothing. No, the well, if you say episode 1 was the girl, I mean episodes 2 and 3 must have been the dragger, because that I mean the each like side quest was like at least 2 episodes,
Mhm.
and then don't forget that we also have those like 2-ish episodes with the rich dude and the girl
Yeah,
that was
that was what
possessed.
was next. I think
That shit,
like 4 or 5.
I was getting so annoyed. I was like, God, another
Oh.
fucking side quest. So when Mob went into the fucking Esper world, I was like, holy shit.
I was gonna say, I think the only episode of the season I didn't like was 2, because it just did like the whole side adventure and stuff with like the swamp and stuff, and I just didn't care about it at all. But episode 3, I think it did the same thing, but it finally explored like Mob's like more morality when it comes to like how he's treating like humans compared to spirits.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it
that was
showed
when
like the
he.
family, like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was like
yeah.
leave us alone, you know.
Yeah, the kids who want to get a picture at the haunted house, and then it's actually haunted. Yeah.
And
That
then
was in season, I thought that was in season 1.
I'm looking at it right
was
now,
the
dude.
season-
No,
Episode
that
3.
was season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the father spirit just begging for them to leave him alone, and just so he can be at peace with his family for a certain amount of time, and then they'll pass over to the next world together.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't remember watching that on my first watch through of it. So like seeing it again was kind of like I felt like it was new, and I was actually considering or thinking that like the dad was actually gonna lose control after Dimple was
Yeah.
tempting him, but and then it was gonna force Mob to exercise him, but
Mhm.
lo and
No.
I
behold,
thought that was
good papa.
like the best part of that episode and a great twist.
Well, to me, that
I
seems like
I fully expected to just be resolved and for everybody to walk away. When Dimple came in, I was like, "Don't fuck with this shit. Don't ruin a good thing we got going here." But obviously it all worked out, and I was relieved.
Yeah, but that episode definitely like highlights to me the main focus of this season was
Mhm.
trying to explore more with Mob's actual emotions, because it seems like he's able to actually, express more of them. Like in the first episode, he had like a more sweet side, like romantic side to him. And I don't know what it was in episode 2, but episode 3, like it shows where he is on like the spectrum. Like you have like humans and like espers, and then you have like spirits, and then you just have Mob in the center, where like he's caught between both worlds, and his morality is just kind of put to the test here, because he doesn't want to exercise the spirits because they seem like decent spirits for once.
Yeah. And I think that is why I didn't get upset with the ending of the main fight, because it built up Mob's moral compass this entire time, and it made
Mhm.
sense why he didn't want to hurt the bad guy.
He didn't want him to like die alone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, from there it's like episode 4 and 5 with the Esper world, with the older Esper guy who was just trying to save his mother, but ended up sucking up too many bad ghosts like Pac-Man, to the point where the mother actually died because of that. So then he vowed to get revenge pretty much on the
He turned
world.
himself into an evil spirit, and he wanted to take over the world. Basically, the same thing as the other guy, but for actual reasons.
Yeah.
That I think that fight was better than the final fight.
It was really cool because it definitely tested again Mob's like morality when it came to people.
Ideals. Yeah, it tested his ideals.
That's a better way of putting it. Even though he was constantly bullied in that world for like 4-6 months straight by the girl he was trying to save. And, you know, he was showed a completely different level of despair than he's ever experienced. And he truly believed that that was his life. He didn't have a supportive brother. He didn't have any friends. He didn't have Dimple. He didn't even have his powers. He was just a kid constantly being harassed and bullied just for being himself.
Bro, that episode was hard to watch because Mob in that episode had the same like effect that Boji had on Yusuf. Or it was just like you just want to stop it. You just want to protect him because he can't help himself. Like that, I was like, "Fuck, this is a tough episode to watch."
Yeah, it was a little sad for me too because,
my boy.
like, my boy Boji, he can't talk.
Look what they done to my boy.
I mean, he can't even stand up for himself. No, the fact that the girl is actually like that too.
Yeah,
like, I thought it was just in like a parallel world, but the fact that she's actually like that was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mob's like, "Is that how you actually are?" She's like, "Yep."
I'm
when
sorry.
She walked away and started crying, and it's like, "Fuck, dude." Well, at least you got the balls to say it.
And apologize profusely.
Yeah, I'm a little salty too that the dad's like, yeah, there was this kid there. I don't know why the fuck he was there. But like, it's no secret that he's working, like he's with Reagan, and then Reagan got the money. So like,
he was offered the money, but he didn't take it.
He got it, but like he funneled it towards like the cult.
Dude, and can I just say, I think Reagan might be top 10 favorite anime characters of all time. Reagan's fucking awesome. Like, cause he's such a fucking idiot, but there's moments where he's just like blows your mind, where he was like, "Yeah, that girl's actually possessed." Because everyone's like, "Oh, she's obviously not possessed. It's obviously the dad's fault." And Reagan's like, "You fucking idiots! You didn't say that she changed the way she said dad and papa. Are you even listening to the conversation?" I was like, "Holy shit!"
And then she exploded. And I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
And then 2 episodes later, he spends 30 minutes trying to exercise somebody that was faking it. He's like, "Oh, damn."
I fucking love it. I fucking love Reagan.
That's like the reason I hated that episode though, because I can't do awkward scenes.
I hate it.
As soon as I get like secondhand embarrassment for like a character, I'm like, I just want to skip. I want to get past this because I can't do it. I just get too anxious, and I'm not here for it.
Unlike a certain somebody who I know is in the background of Yusuf's stream, I'm not a fan of cringe compilations.
I hate awkwardness, yeah.
And so that in particular, I was just like, get it over with, please, just make it stop.
Oh yeah, I fast forward. I was like, I'm not doing it.
I just felt bad for Reagan too.
Like,
fuck,
he was doing good, man. He got motivated after Mob left him.
All of the fighting, all of that was absolutely fantastic, and all the animation was great. But I agree, Mitch, where I almost liked the Reagan side story episodes, and I could have just had a bunch more of that, and I would have been content, because I thought it was some of the best of him having to come to terms with the fact that he is kind of a scam artist, but in the end having it be that Mob basically, without saying it, is acknowledging like, I knew that you don't know what you're doing, but you're a great person and you're my teacher for that reason.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
it's like who would have thought like this wacky weird show would drop some of the most like heart-wrenching human philosophy I've ever heard. Reagan's like, it doesn't matter if you have special talents, it doesn't matter if you're athletic or you have Esper powers or you're super fucking smart, just be a good person. That's all you need to do. I was like, fuck.
Well,
damn.
And the thing I love about Reagan too is like, I think you mentioned earlier, Mitch, is that he's just straight up. Like when Mob was fighting like the final boss, he was just like, you know what, Mob? You don't have to deal with this bullshit. Like you could just run away. Like you are not obligated to fight this. even though he initially showed like confidence towards Mob, but then he realized just how big this fight was going to be and like the actual danger behind it. That's when he's just like, no, what, Mob, fuck this shit. We should just leave.
You know, I think they did a really good job kind of rolling it back to the whole Reagan side quest and him like grinding out his business and shit, where Mob was like with his friends. They had like a 6-man birthday party and Mob was like celebrating, and then Reagan just calls him up, be like, hey, yo, come over here. And he's like, no, master, I don't want to. He's like, no, I mean, you don't do shit. Like, you don't have friends, you don't do nothing, you don't have fun, like you have nothing better to do. Like, I hated Reagan there. Like when he pulled him in the alleyway and he just like was pretty much just telling Mob off that he was like nobody. I was like, damn, like that's fucked up.
Well,
so I hated Reagan. And then like by the end of that episode, like I felt so bad for Reagan. Like just that flip. It was they made him the victim, they made him the enemy and then the victim right after.
He was taking advantage of Mob, and you know, that just backfired on him, and then he realized, he was like, dude, I've been taking advantage of this kid for way too goddamn long. I need to, you know, get my shit straight. I need to motivate, because this is why I started this business out of a whim, you know?
Well, I like the duality of that. I just realized what Yusuf said, where he told Mob, like, Mob, you don't have a life, you don't have friends, all you do is work here, like blah blah. And then Reagan, when he leaves the bar, he realizes, no shit, I'm the one that doesn't have a life. I don't have any friends. I don't have any real connections.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck,
projecting.
Man. Fuck. Yep. That shit hit deep.
And then by the end, Mob's like, oh yeah, it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Mm-hmm. And then you realize he was the only one
that remembered.
I mean, besides his mom, that remembered.
Who sent him a fucking job opening ad or whatever the fuck as a birthday gift. It's like, damn.
Yeah, brutal.
Damn.
And then he spent like all his money grinding a GRPG just to help a client.
He got fucking 8 monitors, 6 consoles.
He was on that grind, dude. And they're like, how'd you do it? He's like, it's all in a day's work. And he's like, I am so broke right now.
He looks like
so much money on microtransactions.
Yeah.
I don't know when season 2 was made, but that was definitely ahead of its time.
I think it was 2019.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't ahead of its time.
Dude, just some games.
It's only gotten better.
Oh, dude. I was looking on Steam the other day because I just so bored. I played Sims 4 and I was like, hey, let's look at their expansions. Bro, they're selling like some for like $50. And it was just it was just an expansion to go to work. And I'm like, fuck you mean go to work?
I get $50.
I get to watch my virtual guy work and be more successful
and
than
not
me.
Make money.
Like that's fucked up, dog.
Pay $50 to go watch your virtual self go to work.
Dude, live a better life than me? Thanks a lot, dude.
Fucked.
Pay to play a lawnmower simulator.
Yeah, I know. Sims DLC can suck my goddamn wiener, dude. That shit should be like 6 cents. And maybe like come with some fucking tissues or some shit. But no, but then episode 8, dude. Holy shit. That's when like the whole marathon thing was going on.
Yeah.
And like all the like I thought it was just gonna be like another like chill episode where it's like everyone's coming together. Everyone's trying to support Mob. You know, dude's giving him like track shoes, even though it wasn't like out of a goodness of his heart. It was just because it was a size too small for him. But no, Mob, like I was getting hyped for the marathon too. I was like, all right, Mob, you got this shit, dog. Unfortunately, you know, he was doing okay for the most part, and then he passed out.
He got pushed down like the first 15 seconds. I was like, this is bullshit. This is unfair as fuck, man.
I did not hit
him. Bleeding out for like the last hour. This is stupid.
Oh, hi, Mob.
Yeah, and then the homie Reagan comes in last minute. He's like, you want a taxi?
No, Dimple's just like, Dimple's just like, hey, should you just get a taxi? He's like, absolutely not. Mob has been working way too hard to cheat right now. And then like 2 seconds later, he's like, I actually thought about that, but watching Mob run, you know, he's been I don't even think he'd listen to me right now. He was so laser focused because he wanted to confess to what's her name, Subome or whatever.
Subuki or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sakome.
Shinobi.
Sakome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who I thought was going to be at the door when Ritsu went to go answer it, because she obviously likes Mob, because this is the scene where she's in Reagan's office and she sees the picture of Mob, and then she was like, "Go!" and then she stopped herself from cheering for Mob. She obviously likes him. It's fucking just, it's going to be that stupid cliche in fiction where they like each other and they don't talk to each other because they're too scared to talk to each other. Bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was going to be her going to confess her feelings and it'd be the twist, but no, it's fucking Killua. He's like, "What's up, bitch?"
Dude. And then Mob comes home to the house on fire. And like none of the neighbors tried to stop Mob. Dude just started walking into a burning
that
building.
boy's running in.
They're like, "Someone stop that boy from running in. How about you stop him?"
Yeah, I'm just like,
stop.
I'm not doing
Don't
it.
do it. Don't go.
I'm just gonna do one of these.
I mean, this whole time, like it's hard to remember that Mob is in fucking middle school. He's like 12 years old.
Brutal.
Dude. Like, could you imagine being whatever the fuck that bad guy's name was? You plan this fucking world domination for 20 years. You have this set in stone philosophy that you are the most powerful being in the world. And then some 12-year-old rocks up and says, "Be nice."
You're
No,
stockpiling
don't
for
there.
20 years. You don't bust for 20 years to build up your strength, and you
suck
go all
balls.
out, and he's just like, I've been through worse.
Like, you shouldn't hurt people.
No, don't stop there. The 12-year-old says be nice, but you just fucking beat the living shit out of this fucking 12-year-old too, dude. Enough that the 12-year-old's like, I'm gonna die.
To the point where he's like, nah, dude.
Not leaving you.
No, it's like Mob's like the older brother right now. He just keeps getting like punched to the point like, all right, knock it off.
You're gonna make me be serious.
You're gonna get fucked up now. And then he just started twisting the dude's arm and just going.
Oh, that was gnarly.
That was intense. I was like, what
They
the
turned into like a fucking monkey fire demon when he was at 100%. I was like,
Well,
what the fuck
and
is
then
this?
Mob's just like, I'm done. I couldn't be a good influence on you, so we both lose now. I'm gonna fuck you up, dog.
Oh, man.
And then he like his eyes started twisting and shit. And then he turned into like fucking Ghost Rider or some shit. A beefed up Ghost Rider.
Something fucking
Ghost
weird.
Rider.
Some other. I mean, like his son said, he's not a human anymore. He's a monster, or at least in that way, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's like what? It's just like that's just. It's still. It's like fucking grown ass man gets fucking shit on by a 12-year-old. Like, but it's not even the fight. It's just like the philosophy and just like the kids like, I'm already way more like mentally mature than you are, and I'm a middle schooler.
Bye, Yusuf.
Bye.
Well, it's like the amount of shit that Mob's been going through this entire season, with like that whole 6-month gap in the Esper world, having to have his ideals challenged, like, you know, in that entire time, and even through the entirety of season 1 not having emotions, and then having this season come in where now he's actually exploring that a bit more. He's able to kind of, you know, strengthen his ideals. But then you have this guy that has never been challenged at all in terms of ideals. He's been his own main character the entire ride. He hasn't give a shit about anybody. He was pretty much what blonde bro Thanos would be if he didn't get humbled by Mob.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's just how different like people can actually have an effect on you, and actually having bonds.
Bombs?
You know,
Trev,
like without you guys, you know, this Coke would still have the plastic wrap on it. But now my life has changed because now I'm the one wrapped. So
dude,
there is no hope for me now.
Nice turtle cosplay.
Oh, you want me to put it around my neck?
Jeez.
Dude, okay, why do people say we need to stop throwing plastic in the oceans? Turtles obviously seem to enjoy eating it. Because why the fuck would they eat it otherwise? They obviously like the taste.
While we ask the turtles.
We need to have a disclaimer on the bottom of the video right here.
I
at
really
this
like-
part.
Honestly, fuck the
This
turtles. Who
episode-
cares?
This episode podcast is not. Brother, they're just hanging out. They're just being turtles. What'd they ever do to
hanging
you?
out, that's going a bit too far, Josh.
I'm a human.
Yeah.
This is my planet. I can throw shit in the water if I want.
Also, imagine he's gonna jump in the lake one day, just come out like.
Yeah.
A little turtle head pokes out. Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, he's like, we got him.
I mean, if they're dumb enough to eat plastic, we should just kind of let them die off. Honestly.
I think we're not sponsored yet.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Hey, sponsors would be okay with that one. I think.
One
I've
thing
said
that
some more questionable shit.
We'll be sponsored by landfills.
One thing that
Yeah.
I was gonna mention, it ended up being the fight between kind of the whole crew and the teleporter guy.
Michi.
Yeah, that
The
is something
parasite.
that I did end up see. That's like the one thing from Mob Psycho that I must have seen a clip of at some point because I was like, this is familiar. I remember like the guy being OP and then all of a sudden the tables getting turned on him, but I don't think it got to the point where like Mob came in. I just remember seeing that at some point, and so it was like, I don't know, vindicating is the wrong word, but I was finally like, that's the thing that I've seen from Mob Psycho, because like some of the characters looked familiar, but I was like, I don't know what part of the show I've seen before, and then when I like the city started being destroyed, I was like, okay, I think it's something in like a broken city, so it was fun to finally see that play out and be like, okay, that's the thing I've been fucking waiting for this whole time, so I could be like, okay.
Can we just appreciate the fact that the one character in the show without any powers gets a free shot in on like one of the stronger bosses?
Self-defense.
And it made sense too.
Yeah.
This is one of Reagan's special moves.
Bro,
That's
Our
always
favorite
the
bit.
best part.
It's back again.
Even better is like they call him master. Is he so high level psychic? Can he disguise his psychic ability?
essence, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking love it, dude. Now that fight, that entire fight, is just fucking. It's the best fight in the whole show. Like I'm just biased though, because my favorite power is like teleportation and shit. And
He's
it's
really
just
cool.
It's so satisfying to watch someone that's can teleport fight. Cause it's like, I'm over here now. I'm over here. When he just goes to town against like 8 really strong espers, it's like, okay, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, yeah, like
Then-
too that he didn't mock him too much. He was just down to business. He's like, all right, now you guys are about to get fucked up, and just
Yeah.
teleporting between everyone.
Bro, Ritsu's bitch ass. I was like, Ritsu pissed me off because when him and Sho were face to face with him,
Yeah,
and Ritsu's like, don't worry, I'll slow him down. Bitch, what? Ritsu, you've had your psychic powers for like 6 weeks. What are you talking about?
hold my beer.
He's been training since we last saw him.
You can bend a spoon. Whoop de doo.
Dude, he's
Well,
been
I
trained
mean-
how to get his ass beat, dude.
Yeah, apparently that's enough time to train and become good, since the 2 people who were able to like barely bend a spoon and the little dude who had like a lighter's worth of fire created like the fire tornado at that one point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So apparently you can train for not a lot of time and just become a lot better with this shit.
You know, I was thinking that too. I feel like it's very irresponsible by Reagan to throw 5 really weak like children into a like world-ending situation. I was like, Minecraft Steve, get the fuck out of there, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Girl who knows Dewey is just like, I know Dewey. And it's like, thanks.
And then we
Yeah.
cut back to them.
What
and
else?
The sewer's all knocked out.
Dead.
There's like all on the ground, just spread eagle. It's like, oh my god, they didn't stand a goddamn chance, and it was just
know.
one of the upper level
Yeah.
dudes.
It was just funny because she was like walking down, leading everyone. She's like, "It's this way," and then they walk. She's like, "Wait, there's something there."
Wait,
Fucking
Wait.
dude just walks down, fucking
Wait.
on the wall.
Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
Naruto or something
Whoa.
now?
I
Yeah.
fancy seeing you here. Fucking eyes closed, head ass.
what you guys doing here?
That
Clap
character
them
is
cheeks.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, can we just mention how the scars didn't do anything?
The little girl Scar didn't do shit. Like she did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Like the other
She doesn't
Scar
have
that
any
we-
dolls, so what can she even do at this point?
Yeah, she doesn't
Scream
have
or
her balls.
don't scream.
Isn't that her whole thing or whatever?
Why the fuck was she there? She's younger than the fucking middle schoolers.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
But she's a
Reagan?
And her
scar. She
her
needs to
power
prove
was like the
something.
toys and the dolls, and there weren't any. Literally, now that I'm thinking about it, what could she have even contributed?
She got a meat shield. Throw the child
A
in front so I can
child-sized
escape.
meat shield.
Yeah, she gotta earn her scars somehow, I guess.
I liked the intro more. Season 2.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's the
did.
same. I think it's the same song, but a different
It's not-
part
it's
of
not.
it, and it was a lot better.
I don't think it's the same song.
I looked it up on like because there was the one bit right at the end of the song that was like live your life or whatever the fuck they say right at the end, and I just looked up that bit on Spotify, and it's the same song. It linked to the same song. I think it's just a different part, or like they removed the whole 21, 22.
Well,
They
think-
got rid of that for this bit, and so I liked it a lot more.
Yeah, the one's called 99, the other one 99.9. No, the other one's fucking 99.99.
Yeah,
Incredible.
they're different songs. They're just all written by the
Okay.
same band for Mob Psycho.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they all have similarities. But yeah, no, the opening was really good too.
Yeah,
It's just
that was the
it's just like the
first thing
background
that I thought.
like effects that were playing. Where I was like, damn, dude, I'm still tripping hard.
Mm-hmm.
At least the broccoli finally makes sense.
Yeah,
This is the
Yeah.
most random part, though. The fact
Yeah.
that the fucking broccoli grew.
When the fuck did he put those seeds in his pocket?
episode 1, bro,
Of
Season two.
season 2,
Oh, season 2.
because they did that job for
That's
the
how they
farmer,
got paid.
Oh, yeah.
and then
Reagan
they
said,
had
"Here's your cut."
he had I don't know, he was the fuck's his name now, whatever, boss guy gives
Again?
Reagan, he gives Mob the seeds and puts it in his front pocket, so that was there the
That's
entire
his cut
season.
for the job.
And so then
Mhm.
I can only assume that all the energy that the big bad, big very bad business guy, they took all his like stored up energy and it just went all into the broccoli. So
Because Mob said he was trying to absorb it all, so he probably took it all in and funneled it into that. And
I don't even think
There you
Mob
go.
was trying to do it. I think the
oh no, yeah, I don't think he meant
broccoli
it
seeds
intentionally,
were
but
right
when,
in the crossfire.
yeah. And now I'm doubling back a bit, but I'm glad that you mentioned that because I think, even from the first time we heard this opening, and certainly by the second, I was like, I'm enjoying this a lot more, and the visuals of it a lot more, and yeah, agreed, fully agree.
Yeah, I think the intro is a little bit easier to listen to multiple times.
Having less counting in the background.
I mean, I really like the first intro too, so I can listen to either. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the second one over the first.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really listen to the ending at all, though.
The ending I thought was pretty good too.
I was
I think
like,
it was okay.
I was just all business when binging through this because I was
The
like,
ending of season 1 was better.
I also
Yeah.
liked that there were multiple episodes where, the ending wasn't just, I guess, the same. Like the episode kept going as the credits were rolling or whatever. I like that they did that for multiple episodes. It wasn't just like the last episode. It was kind of like each of the own, little arcs of the season
Yeah.
had that at the end.
Yeah, they did have like some ending scenes. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
For sure, like when you got to the end of Reagan being, put on trial or whatever, that for sure was one. I forget the other episodes specifically, but more than once for sure.
well, Mob is now the superior to the
Bushy hair.
the bushy hair
No longer
guy,
bushy hair though.
umbrella
He got
guy.
shaved.
Umbrella Man. Rain Man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he doesn't even have the umbrella anymore.
I know.
Rain Man.
He has no. He
Yeah.
he just looks like a generic NPC now.
Anxious guy.
He lost his curls. He lost his 5 o'clock shadow. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. And he also lost his umbrella. But he's
Yeah.
getting out there.
Who do you guys think is gonna be the villain season 3?
I was about to say, I feel like they have to do like some alien That's the only thing I can see is some like
It's gonna
divine.
be Saitama from One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be Saitama.
I feel like it might be Teleporter.
Fuck,
I don't know. I haven't
he's
seen
not,
it, but
he's
like
not
the fact
strong
that he just,
enough.
but
No
he,
shot.
but he just fucking dipped away, dude.
He
said
dipped away
wants to-
because he was so scared of Mob.
Yeah, but he said he
His
wants to
ship
have
breaks.
fun.
Once you make a man's ship breaks, he changes his entire world view.
And this dude's like,
He
I
wants
opened my
to
fucking
have
mind's
fun.
eye. I'm the most powerful
Yeah.
being in the world. Mob, a fucking 12-year-old kid. He's like, fuck this, I'm out. See ya, and he leaves.
Yeah.
It's. I feel like it has to be like some off-planet threat or like some divine. Because like I still can't get the first scene we see out of my head where Mob is fucking this fighting this like an ethereal being,
Yeah.
and he's like this black fucking shadow figure with white eyes. I'm just like, it's got to be some like mind-blowingly like planetary devastation threat. Because how else are you gonna top the threat level of this?
It's gonna be Subume with a gun.
I feel like it's got to be something that Reagan can at least punch. So
True.
if it's like some fucking ethereal threat, or
This is
like
Reagan's special move.
yeah,
He gathers
He's
up
gotta be
all the
able to
salt
throw
in his
salt.
arm and punches the ethereal being in the nuts. Or what he perceives as nuts.
You know what
I
I
think-
thought? You know what I thought Reagan was doing when he went up to the tower? I thought Reagan was intentionally going to get himself killed so that way Mob would go crazy. But
No, Reagan pulled out the 9.
Nearly.
Yeah.
he was like,
he nearly
"Bitch,
did. If not for
Get
fucking
away
Umbrella
from the
guy.
12-year-old.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's what Reagan was expecting to happen. And he didn't expect for the Umbrella guy to
No.
basically save his life.
I don't think that's what Reagan was expecting. I think Reagan 100% in Reagan's mind thought he was tricking that guy and he was going to punch him in the head and he was going to walk away.
Because it worked on the last guy.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's not a question in my mind that Reagan 100% thought he was going to punch the guy and walk away.
To be fair, how can you not blame him? He's
True.
been through how much shit with all these psychic people, and he always manages to find a way to come out on top. Even when he was getting like pulled in between Mob and like a black hole, he still survived. So, he's got to feel a little cocky about his own mortality.
Yeah, I think if we're doing a little bit of season 3 predictions, I think you're right. I think it's gonna have to be something completely unrelated to what we've seen so far. It would be cool if it was somehow connected to what we saw in the beginning of the first episode. Because I almost feel like that's a whole other level than the 100%. Like when he saw his family and it was just like question mark %. Like we have no fucking power level for this. It would be cool to see him go that far. But I'm sure it'll be kind of similar to this where we'll have a few episodes of just a couple lighthearted things and then we'll slowly start to figure out what the hell is actually going to go on in the season.
Isn't this the last episode, last season?
Yeah, it's done after season 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anyone watch that OVA? Because there's like an
No.
OVA. I never
I didn't
bothered
have
with that
time.
shit.
It was a short one too. It was like 20-some minutes, right?
Nah, that was 20 minutes. I did not want to.
Yeah,
commit.
no, I did not watch it.
As soon as like episode 13 was done, I was like, yes, I'm good.
I don't even know what OVA is supposed to like mean or be for.
It's like a one shot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll probably watch it before the next one just to have watched it, but I didn't have the time and I wasn't about to try and cram it in.
But I guess the main question is, before we call it for this episode of this episode podcast, what season was better?
2.
And Josh is just looking into space. He's thinking.
I don't know. I mean, obviously 1 had all of the novelty, 2 had really great development, and so I don't know.
I think
And the ending of 1 was so good.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably give it to 1 over 2, but the fact that I'm hesitating is a good sign because unlike, especially with movies or whatever, anytime you do a sequel, you risk failing to catch lightning in a bottle twice or whatever. And we were all kind of, or it sounded like I at least based on Mish's review was kind of worried about season 2 when we were first starting it.
Yeah.
But by the end, I was like, nah, we're good.
I was definitely nervous too, because Mitch was
so
like, dude, this one's a fucking L, dude. And then I was like,
the first 3 episodes were an L, man.
Yeah, credit where credit's due that they didn't drop the ball on season 2, but yeah, I think I liked season 1 more. Just getting all of the introductions to everybody and learning the world for the first time by Yusuf.
Yeah, I can't really remember most of the stuff that happened in season 1, but if I think about it right now, just my gut reaction is 2, because I just love how they explored Mob's actual emotions and like, you know, even the bad guy had some redemption at the end where he managed to survive the giant fucking mushroom cloud that turned into broccoli. You know, now he's gonna have a chance to apologize to his ex, and he might be able to have some time to actually somewhat form a bond with his son. So I mean, overall, like, really good ending. You know, the only downside or the only downtime of season 2 was episode 2, because I didn't give a shit about it.
Well, the actual ending kind of didn't make any sense to me when like they go back to the school and the body improvement club's there, and like after just having their asses kicked by some super strong experts, like, and they're like, "Hey, it's only a 90-minute jog to my grandma's place. Just we'll make it there in no time." I was like, "This is." I understand they want to drop some comedy in here, but it's kind of not the time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe their wounds got healed too, because apparently everyone's wounds got healed from that giant explosion.
Oh.
Because if you remember, Mob was able to walk around still, and
Yeah.
Reagan and even Ritz Cracker commented like, "Yeah, like all our wounds are, like we're doing fine. Like Mob's arm wasn't broke anymore from the fight."
I guess I knew I recognized Mob's wasn't. I just didn't realize everyone else's was.
And even the people from the Scar Society, they said that their scars had been healed.
Oh yeah,
and that the one dude was like, now I can get a job because my scars were healed or something.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I thought like the scar was connected to the boss, and I was like, well, that was fucking stupid. But no, it turns out the mushroom cloud of broccoli healed everybody.
Kids, eat your fucking broccoli.
Eat your vegetables.
See, that's a better fucking thing to put as our message for the episode, not the shit about the fucking turtles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Main thing to take away from Mob Psycho season 2 is fuck them turtles and eat your vegetables. And, you know, think about your decisions in life and how they can lead to consequences. But with that, was there anything else you guys wanted to leave us off on?
I'll just say my rating right now, it was super high. I think I'm dropping it down a little bit to just a solid 9, but
I forget where I had it before.
I don't remember either, but
mine was like a 9.8, but now I'm dropping it.
Yeah, when we discuss season 3, which I don't know when we will, we'll probably just go through the entire, you know, kit and caboodle and rank all the seasons and kind of have like a final discussion about it. But that is for a later podcast.
Hold on. Yeah, Yusuf, do you have any closing thoughts since it was your pick? Are you there even? I don't.
I'm here. I'm just going through something right now.
Okay. While Yusuf is getting his ass waxed, we will have to save the discussion for Mob Psycho for the next time. But for now, we're gonna be there he is. Oh, there he is.
It's that boy.
It's the turtle.
He's comfy being held and touched now. Yay.
Yep. I don't have a rating yet, but I'm excited for season 3. I'm glad you guys are liking it.
And you haven't watched season 3 yet either, correct? Or
neither of us.
Okay, so
it'll be fresh.
The first two Travis and Yusuf had watched. Now season 3 is gonna be fresh for everybody.
Yeah. I don't know if it's dubbed anymore, but I mean, I'm sure the sub is still really good.
Yeah,
it's very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, but anything else you guys want to say, or am I gonna try to end this episode for like a third time?
Go for it. No promises, but go for it.
All right.
Well, why are you stopping?
I'm just distracted right now. What
Like,
is-
you have a toothbrush.
Every episode, Travis. What are you doing?
Just buy an actual
I'm
brush.
distracted.
Why? You just get a little brush.
All right. But with that all out of the way, we are going to be ending this episode of This Episode Podcast. So whoever hung out for the podcast, thank you for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And yeah, we are definitely not going to compare toothbrushes after this. But other than that, roll the outro.
I hope he shits in your hand.
But with that, on the next episode of This Episode, Trav, Josh, Mitch, and Yusuf discuss episodes 137 and 138 of My Hero Academia. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss when new episodes go live. Want us on the go? Check us out on Spotify at This Episode Podcast. Want to watch us live? Check us out at twitch.tv/Dutchery, where we record the podcast live every Monday night. And as always, thank you for watching.